Hi there, I'm Jessica. Thanks for choosing firstcertificate.com. We want to help you improve your level of English quickly and easily. To help you get the maximum advantage from your first certificate grammar lesson, we have introduced video lesson previews with our best teachers. But do not forget to study the complete lesson before going on to the exercise. Well, let's start with today's video lesson. And here to present it is Rachel.
This is Rachel, your teacher for today's lesson.
Hi, today we're going to talk about the past simple versus the past continuous. Let's start with the past simple. To put a verb into the past simple in an affirmative sentence, we usually add ed to the infinitive form. Work, worked. If the letter E is the last letter of the infinitive, you only add the D. Smoke, smoked. If the last three letters of the infinitive are consonant, vowel, consonant, we must double the consonant. For example, stop, stopped. Rob, robbed. If a verb only has three letters and ends in AY, the past simple is formed with AID. For example, say, said. Pay, paid. The spelling of many important verbs is irregular. You must learn them one by one. Go, went. Buy, bought. Come, came. When you make questions and negatives in the past simple, we must put did. For example, did you play tennis yesterday? No, I didn't play tennis yesterday. Let's go on to talk about the use of the past simple. We use the past simple for an action that has happened at a given moment or within a general time period in the past. Example: they went home at 10 a.m. Or, I played tennis yesterday. When we mention the time when the action occurred, like yesterday, last week, 5 days ago, in 2001. Example: I had a big problem yesterday. Okay, now let's take a look at the past continuous. The past continuous tense is formed by combining the past tense of the auxiliary verb to be with the ing form of a main verb. Examples: I was speaking to John. Mary and John were drinking coffee. A question is formed in the past continuous by putting the corresponding part of the verb to be first. Example: were you speaking to John? The negative of the past continuous is formed by putting not between the verb to be and the principal verb. I was not speaking to John, or, more commonly, wasn't. Right. So, when do we use the past continuous? We use the past continuous for actions that were in progress at a certain moment of time in the past. For example, I was speaking to John at 6 o'clock. When we use the past continuous, it is usually necessary to mention when the action occurred, like at 6 o'clock in the morning, etc. For simultaneous continuous actions in the past, usually connected with while. For example, John was reading the newspaper while Mary was working in the garden. I was working while he was relaxing. The past continuous is also used for narrative description. When I woke up this morning, the sun was shining. The birds were singing in the trees, and the children were playing happily in the street. Use of the past simple and the past continuous in one sentence. If there is an action in progress, when another action suddenly occurs, we use the past continuous for the action that was already in progress, and the past simple for the action that suddenly occurred. For example, Mary was cooking the dinner when John arrived home. I was washing my hair when the phone rang. That's it. See you next time.
And don't forget, I spoke to my boss before the lesson, but I was speaking to you during the lesson.